Once there was a hunter, and he went with his hound and his hunting knife into the mountains, and he travelled across the border into the neighbouring land. And there in the high mountains he found a cave, and the hunter went inside that cave and found a hollow, and inside that hollow was sweet and clear honey. The best honey. He took the water skin that he carried with him and emptied the water and filled his water skin with that sweet and clear honey. And he led his hound down from the mountains, still in that other land. And when he got to the bottom of the mountains, he came to the nearest town. And there was the marketplace. And there was an oil seller. And the hunter thought, perhaps I could exchange some of this delicious honey for some oil. For I need some oil to burn and to light my home at night. So he went into that oil store and he showed the oil seller his bag of honey. And he put a little honey in a saucer on the counter and said, taste it. We will exchange honey for oil. And the oil seller was interested. But as he tasted the honey, one drop of honey fell upon the floor. Flies buzzed around that drop of honey upon the floor. And a bird flew in from outside. And the bird pecked at one of those flies. And as that bird ate that fly, the cat that belonged to the oil seller jumped upon the bird and killed the bird. And the hound that belonged to the hunter ran in from outside, took that cat between his teeth and shook the life from that animal. When the oil seller saw that his cat had been killed by the hunter's hound, he was furious. He kicked the dog. The hound was killed. When the hunter saw that his hound had been killed, he took his hunting knife and he drove his hunting knife into the chest of the oil seller. The men from outside came running in when they heard the screams and saw that their friend, their neighbour, had been killed by a foreigner. They jumped upon him, beat him and kicked him to death. When in the hunter's land they heard about the killing of their friend, they went in a posse across the border and they attacked the men of that village. The village retaliated. In the kingdom, the king heard about this battle. He formed an army, and the army waged war on the neighbouring land. The neighbouring land built up a greater army still, with huge weaponry. And they sent their army across the border. The war raged. There was much death and bloodshed. The war raged for many years. The war rages still today.